We're almost done with our bill calculations, but if you recall, there's one more calculation that we need to perform. And that's here at step number 3 of our workflow. We need to calculate the difference between what our vendor bill was, the combined vendor bill, and what we measured at our submeters. So we're going to do that in the last of our bill calculation setup. Again, bill calculation means I'm heading over to a meter to configure it. And I have this meter, again, nothing special about it, called vendor remainder. And the intent of this meter is to hold this difference. I want to compare what did my vendor measure and charge versus what did I measure and bill back so far. So we're going to set up a bill calculation. We have a workflow step for this. Calculate the difference between vendor and submeters. Okay. Now in this case, I want to both take a positive and take a negative. So I'm going to be adding and subtracting all in the same step. On the add side, I can use our summary, because we're going to already have this bill that puts both of our vendor meters together. So I'm going to use that summary on the plus side, but I need to subtract out everything that I've measured at the submeter level if I want to try to calculate the difference. Now I could add all 3 submeters into the mix. That's fine, I could do that. Instead, I'm going to use a meter group. I already created a meter group for my submeters called Cosmos Park Submeters. You can tell I'm not very inventive with my names, right? So this meter group contains all 3 of those submeters. Again, I can mix and match here. I can have a meter up here and meter groups at the bottom. I just can't put meters and meter groups into the subtract or meters and meter groups into the add. It's one or the other. And just to show that there are many different ways to accomplish the same thing, on the cost side, although we're doing the same thing, we're taking our vendor bills and we're subtracting our submeters here. I'm going to use a group for my vendor bills. I already had a group called vendor meters. It'll take both of those 2 bills and add them both together before it does the subtraction. The mathematical result will be identical. It just shows some different options that are available in the system. And again, we're going to subtract out our submeters. Okay. So if we take a look at our configured system, we now have the use calculation, taking our vendor bill, subtracting submeters. We have our cost calculation. At this point, we've got all of those calculations into the system.